just the retro mic here. Give Tim a good hand clap. But I'm going to tell you, I can tell Tim is not a pastor. Because after he mentioned that thing about money, he'd have had a plate out there real quick. And it'd be given the eye if it wasn't ruffling money. You ever been in church and like somebody's like they're looking and you can see they got a 20, but they don't want to give the 20. Now see, I grew up in church. Who in here goes to church? I grew up in church and I love church. I mean, it's all I know. But I hate everybody. I hate it when the people know I'm a pastor. They always act like I am taking notes. And when I was on a plane one time and I'm sitting beside this guy, and he's already had a few drinks and he's cussing, he's doing this whole deal, and I'm not critical. I enjoy life. Look at somebody and say, enjoy life. Enjoy life. Because it's too short. It's way too short. So I enjoy it. So I'm just sitting there and I'm reading my book, and I knew if I said anything, he's over there just, I'll tell you right now, I got it. And he's real loud, he's cussing, he stinks. I'm like, that's a benefit, and unfortunately I'm sitting beside him. I actually thought about acting like I was like mentally ill or sick so they would move me. But I'm not going to hell for that. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you're in church and a lady gets up to sing and it's terrible. To God be the glory. If you go up to her and go, that was so good, you're going to hell. So the guy sitting beside me, and he's just cussing, he's just all having this deal. And all of a sudden, so that's why I like teenagers. And especially with Twitter now. Because teenagers will be on the back row. This is killing me. And Jesus is in heaven. It ain't doing much for me either. And then you got the real spiritual people. This is what it is. Is there anyone who can sing? Raise your hand if you can sing. Okay, wait, let's stop. Raise your hand if other people think you can sing. That's the question. I think I can sing. I can. I can sing okay, but I can't. But that's the point. But like, anyway. So I'm sitting beside the guy, and he's just going off. But I will not tell him what I do. Because I know the moment I do it, he's over there, blank. He's making crude comments, and I was tired. I had a long weekend. I'd been up north preaching, and anytime you have to go up north and deal with Yankees, it wears you out. It weighs you down. It's like going into. Is there anybody here from up north? Raise your hand. All the church people, stretch your hands that way and pray for them. Because we know you can't help it. But God's working in your life because you're in the South. You eat grits? You eat grits? You eat grits?
No.
You don't eat grits? Let's all pull our hands back and take that prayer back. I mean, I'm not going to hell for you, okay? So I'm sitting beside the guy, and we're just joking. I mean, I'm talking a little bit. He said, what do you do? Well, I ain't going to go to hell for lying. So I looked at him, I said, I am a professional speaker. And that's true. I said, I get paid to talk. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, I do a lot of youth things. And I did at that time, a lot of youth things, a lot of youth camps. And he keeps going on, and I'm reading this book, and he goes, well, what do you do? And I said, and I did, and he's cussing all the time. I said, I am a minister. I've been thinking a lot about church lately. Deep in my heart. Really? So there's certain things we do in church that cracks me up. Now, one of the things that cracks me up most, okay, again, raise your hand if you go to church. Let me see. Who's ever been in a church or a small group and all of a sudden somebody goes, let's all just join hands and pray. But there ain't a scripture that says you have to join hands and pray. The ain't scripture says you got to bow your head and close your eyes. Sometimes to test congregation, I ask people to close their heads and bow their eyes. And they'll just do it. I didn't ask them to do it. They ain't even paying attention. Now, I grew up in Pentecostal circles, where you preach, and all that. And it always cracks me up because I'll use that line. I used to use that line out of that Coming to America movie. I'd say just like he got Moses out of the Red Sea, just like he got Daniel out of the lions, just like he got Gilligan off the island. Somebody say amen. And people will amen that. Not even pay attention. Because in life, it is my my job to observe. Now, one time I was preaching, and this little girl fell asleep on the front row because I saw the droopy eyes go. And then she did the head weave. And then she did the chin drop. And I thought for a minute, this is years back, so I knew she wasn't twittering. So I thought for a minute she might be reading. But there was no book. And there was no pen. So I waited a moment, I walked right in front of her and I went, "Whoa!" like that. She never slept in my service again. She never sat on the front row either. So here's what I'm going to tell you about this. When you do the prayer circle, I'm going to encourage you, pay attention to how it starts and jockey for position. Okay? Because here's a couple rules of the prayer circle. Never forget this, okay? So whenever the pastor or the leader says, let's all join hands and pray. Everybody always gets real quiet. Number one, you want to go first. Because you want to say something somebody else hadn't said before. And you always got some person who prays for everything. God bless the Lottie Moon Fund. Bless the orphans. Bless this. Bless that. Oh God. And then sometimes, if you're a quiet prayer, don't stand to the other side of the loud person. God touch that person. God touch that. And then all of a sudden you go, oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord Jesus. Ain't nobody paying attention to you. Here's what I think is funny, especially with you. If you don't want to pray, just squeeze the hand next to you to let it go. If they don't give that rule and you're next to me and you're squeezing my hand, I don't pray. I'm just like, go ahead. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let God use you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Last thing is, I always think this is funny. You ever have the guy standing beside, and this is true when you're single. Who in here is married? Oh, let's have fun with it. Who in here is single? You never hear married people do that. 23 years! It's like, help me, okay. I've actually been married almost 23 happy years. Been married 29, but only 23 happy years. But when you're in that prayer circle, and you're single, and you're standing next to a good guy, all of a sudden that girl's praying a whole new prayer. And she's like, oh God, give me a date. You know what I'm saying? Last thing I'm going to tell you right now. Make sure you know how you're going to do and how you end. I was at a thing one time and I was with this Cuban preacher, and it sounded like I was watching Ricky Ricardo off I Love Lucy witness to this girl. And it had this strong Cuban accent. And he asked her, like, girl, she want to go to hell. Do you want to go to hell? Do you not want to go to hell? You're going to go to hell. Well, I knew the girl and she was just messed up. She was all messed up. She really was. But he kept going, do you want to go to hell? What's your name? Lisa. That's a good name. That's my wife's name. And not like we're related or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I said, Lisa. He said, Lisa, do you want to go to hell? She goes, no. Do you want to go to heaven? I don't know. Are you sure? Where you want to go? I don't know. But if you don't make up your mind, you might go to heaven. I don't know. Do you want to make Jesus a Lord of your life? I don't know. All of a sudden he looks, he says, Lisa, you want to go to heaven? She goes, no. He goes, go to hell. I never saw Billy Graham do that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. Y'all have a good night.